Everything was ready. The moment God had been waiting for was here at last. God was going to help his people just as he promised in the beginning. But how would he come? What would he be like? What would he do? Mountains would have bowed down, seas would have roared, and trees would have clapped their hands. But the earth held its breath. As silent as snow falling, he came in, and when no one was looking, in the darkness he came.
Had to take a trip to Bethlehem, the town King David was from. But when they reached the little town, they found that every room was full and every bed was taken. "Go away," the innkeeper said. "This isn't any place for you." Where would they stay? Soon Mary's baby would come.
They couldn't find anywhere except an old tumble-down stable. So they stayed where the cows, the donkeys, and the horses stayed. And there in the stable, amongst the chickens and the donkeys and the cows, in the quiet of the night, God gave the world a wonderful gift. The baby that would change the world was born, God's baby son.
Mary and Joseph wrapped him up to keep him warm. They made a soft bed of straw and used the animal's feeding trough as his cradle. And they gazed in wonder at God's great gift, wrapped in swaddling clothes and lying in a manger. Mary and Joseph named him Jesus, Emmanuel, which means God has come to live with us, because of course he had.
That same night, in amongst the other stars, suddenly a bright new star appeared. Of all the stars in the dark vaulted heavens, this one shone clearer. It blazed in the night and made the other stars look pale beside it. God put there when his baby son was born, to be a spotlight, shining on him, lighting up the darkness, showing people the way to him.
God pulled out all the stops. He'd sent an angel to tell Mary the good news. He'd put a special star in the sky to show where his boy was. And now he was going to send a big choir of angels to sing his happy song to the world. He's here. He's come. Go and see him, my little boy.
Where would you send a splendid choir? To a concert hall, maybe? Perhaps a palace. But God sent his to a little hillside outside a little town in the middle of the night. He sent all those angels to sing for a bunch of raggedy old shepherds just watching their sheep outside of Bethlehem.
Those days, remember people used to laugh at shepherds and say they were smelly and call them rude names, which I can't possibly mention here. You see, people thought shepherds were nobodies, just scruffy old riffraff, but God must have thought shepherds were very important indeed, because they're the ones he chose to tell good news to first.
That night some shepherds were out in the open field, warming themselves by a campfire, when suddenly the sheep darted. They were frightened by something. The olive trees rustled. What was that? A wing beat? They turned around. Standing in front of them was a huge warrior of light, blazing in the darkness. "Don't be afraid of me," the bright, shining man said. "I haven't come to hurt you. I've come to bring you happy news for everyone, everywhere."
Today in Davidstown in Bethlehem, God's son has been born. You can go see him sleeping in a manger.
Behind the angels, they saw a strange glowing cloud, except it wasn't a cloud. It was angels, troops of angels, armed with light, and they were singing a beautiful song.
Glory to God be fame and honor, and all our praise. Then as quickly as they appeared, the angels left.
The shepherds stamped out their fire, left their sheep,
and raced down the grassy hill, through the gates of Bethlehem, down the narrow cobble streets, through a courtyard, down some steps, past an inn, round a corner, through a hedge, until, at last they reached a tumble-down stable. They caught their breath. Then quietly they tiptoed inside. They knelt on the dirt floor. They had heard about this promised child, and now he was here.
Heaven's Son, maker of the stars.
A baby sleeping in his mother's arms.
The baby would be like that bright star shining in the night, a light to light up the whole world, chasing away darkness. Helping people to see. Darker night of God, brighter the star will shine.
Christmas from the Hurleys.
I'm Josh Turner, and this is Payson Turner.
Hi, I'm Jerry Turner, and this is Anderson.
And Merry Christmas from Sugar Camp Mountain Trails in Prestonsburg.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the Mayo family in Ashland, Kentucky.
Hi, we're the Green family.
Hi, my name's Pete.
Hello.
I'm Susan, and Tate's still away at school. We want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas from Prestonsburg.
Here are Will and Lindsay McCormick in St. Clairsville, Ohio.
We wish you the most wonderful and Merry Christmas to all of you back home.
Hi, I'm Katie Walls Robertson. You say, hi, I'm Aiden.
Hi, I'm Aiden.
This is Aiden, and this is Logan.
And I'm Clay, and from all of us to all of you,
Merry Christmas from Woodstock, Georgia.
Merry Christmas.
From our house to yours. Love the Davis and Isaacs family.
Ho, ho, ho.
Today we give thanks for our Sunday school teachers, children's worship leaders, youth leaders, Bible study teachers, fellow church members, and family members who help us to know the love of God and show the love of God. We're grateful for all who have poured into the lives of all the children, youth, and adults that you've seen here. The story of Jesus that you heard here connects us all, wherever we are. Be reminded this Christmas that we are sent by Christ to carry the story of God as we move in the neighborhood, whether we are sent locally or whether we move to different places. This is the lifelong, continuous work of the church to develop passionate spiritual disciples of Jesus Christ, sent by Christ to love God and love people. And it's our joy to carry this story to you of how the Word became flesh and blood and moved into the neighborhood. Thanks be to God.
When I'm worried and I can't sleep, I count my blessings instead of sheep, and I blessings. When I'm worried, I can't sleep. I count my blessings instead of sheep, and I fall asleep counting my blessings. I think about the nursery and I picture curly heads, and one by one I count them as they slumber in their beds. When you're worried, you can't sleep. Just count your blessings instead of sheep, and you'll fall asleep.